Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm the Gerbil, and this is challenge tier. This is tier 3 in the Katan Mandalor Unlock event, the hardest event in the game, bar none, I think, so far, in my humble experience. I watched a lot of different videos on this after about an hour and a half to 2 hours of failing, and the strategies I got on the web did not help me. So that's why I felt compelled to make this video, and I put a lot of effort into it. And if you are like me, attempting it with the minimum requirement, which is a Relic 7 character, both IG-12 and BAM, then it's really, really hard. And there's a significant amount of RNG involved, but there are some absolute strategies that will work, that once I figured it out, I was able to consistently go in and clear it. I beat it 3 times in a row with the following strategies. So I put a lot of work in this. I would appreciate, I really would, a like and subscribe. But let's get started. Before I dive too deep into it, I want to really exemplify how the strategies I'm going to lay out are going to work well for you. If we look at this situation, Beskar Armamento, this is the second round. There are 4 rounds in tier 3. We're in round 2. Both of the enemies are at full health and protection. I have full health on IG and Beskar Armamento. I have 2 options before me. I can basic, apply some damage over time. I can Whistling Birds, or I can apply damage immunity. If your guess is to basic, you are wrong. Basic will often land you an insta loss if you are not, and even if you are at full health and protection. You want to see that again? Basic, counterattack, die, because these guys will assist each other every time they counterattack. So when you hit 1, they have a 100% counter chance. They're gonna counterattack, call an assist, and then because BAM is often hitting twice, and even there he only hit once, I don't know, they will counterattack twice, I guess, no matter what, and then they take a turn. I actually don't understand exactly why they're taking so many turns, but that will happen over and over again, and you'll want to smash your phone. So what is the correct answer here? The correct answer in this situation, and I am not joking, is to apply the damage immunity. Seriously, you apply the damage immunity, it's going to recover some protection on both Beskar Mando and IG. Then IG is going to take a turn, he's going to do what he's going to do, and then the enemies will take a turn, and if you're lucky, they go at Beskar Mando, who cannot be hurt. If you are unlucky, they go at IG, but because they're not going to be counterattacking, they're going to have fewer attacks, and IG is more likely to survive it. He's got incredible defense. All right, here's example number 2 real quick. Do not rely on dots. I heard a couple of people say that you can do a lot of damage with dots, and yes, you absolutely can, but they can be a trap. In this situation, it's Beskar Mando's turn. I can double tap the guy that I'm targeting now with a basic. If I have Whistling Birds available, I can use those, or I could apply a damage immunity. The correct answer would be damage immunity. The second correct answer would be Whistling Birds. The third correct potential answer would be to basic the guy that's already about to die with 6 dots. Why? If you got an opportunity to take a kill, you take the kill. When you avoid the kill and rely on the dots, this happens again. And this will happen over and over again. Never rely on the dots. Never think as soon as he takes a turn it's gonna die. Never postpone a kill. Also, why Whistling Birds? Because those cannot be counterattacked. All right, but there's a caveat to it. Okay, so official strategy from the game, it's kind of worthless. If either character die, you lose. But there is this granted ability here, lower the gates. Okay, so what happens when you use the granted ability, one of the red fields goes down, the next 2 enemies approach and join the battle. You never, ever, ever, ever want to do that unless you have killed one of the 2 existing enemies and the other one is already down into the red, and you are set up to be able to stun the next wave immediately with IG, or immediately be able to kill that guy in red after you open the gates, and only Mando can open the gates, which means that you need to be able to you need to open the gates, your team will recover health and protection, your cooldowns will be reset, that's great, then IG can stun the enemies, or he can basic If you are close enough to a guaranteed kill, he'll basic calling an assist from Mando to knock out that last guy who's in the red. So it is a very useful but critically important that you only do it at certain moments. Also, if you do it before Mando has had 5 turns, you basically just forfeit the match. Because if Mando has not already had 5 turns, then the next wave of enemies come in with increased health, increased protection, increased offense, and some other shenanigans, and you basically just lose. So watch out for the turn. Okay. All right. How do you want to mod your folks? IG-12 and Grogu. Now, this is a bit controversial. I think it was Scribe who said protection, 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 and I absolutely agree with this after about 3 hours of testing. While IG-12 has built-in mechanics to recover health in his kit, you're gonna be using Beskar Mando's, I don't know what the name of it is, the second special that provides damage immunity, and that's going to recover 20% protection on both him and on Grogu. You're going to be using that quite a lot, actually, way more than what seems likely. So you want that to provide the protection in there, and then you want a lot of potency on IG-12, and you want a fair amount of speed. The faster he can go, the more turns he takes. The more turns he takes, the more assists he calls, and the more likely he will be stunning and blinding the enemies and doing what he does best. So you absolutely want protection, speed, and potency. You need the potency. He has to land debuffs. He throws out so many of them, and he has to land them, especially the ability block. Now, what about Mando? There are many ways that I heard you should mod him. Some people said all defense, some people said all health, some people said all speed. And what I found worked the best, bar none, absolutely unequivocally the most consistent with a Relic 7 character, was incredible offense, incredible crit chance, and speed was less important. Why? You need the crit chance because these guys have a high crit avoidance. And if you don't have like pushing 100% crit chance, you're not likely to crit much. And because he double taps if the enemies are debuffed, IG-12, when he basics, he double taps, that's 2 opportunities to land a crit. Now keep in mind, even at my character, my crit damage is only 150%. That still means every crit that he lands is doing 50% more damage than the one before it. So in other words, if he double taps and both of them are just static, no basic, no crits, then it's damage plus damage. But if they were both critical hits, you are gaining 50% damage on the first, 50% damage on the second, which is the net value of a triple tap, right? So by providing the added crit, you are essentially triple tapping instead of double tapping. And by providing as much offense as possible, you'll actually find that you can kill off one of the 2 enemies before they even get a turn. Conditionally. All right. So we're going to get into that in a second. So what's the strategy? Number 1, most paramount strategy, avoid counterattacks. The counterattacks will lay you down almost every time. So how do you avoid counterattacks? First off, Bam's whistling birds cannot be countered. So if you are in high health, high protection, or there's only one enemy, use whistling birds. Now I know in like GAC you pretty much never would use whistling birds. Like it's just like, whoa, don't do it. You want him to be able to apply damage immunity or assist, and he won't assist when he's preparing whistling birds. He will not trigger his second special when he's preparing whistling birds, but they cannot be countered. And if you are faster and you've got the health and the protection to absorb a hit, go for it. Apply the whistling birds, throw them out, they do true damage. It's a nice thing. Secondly, by applying the damage immunity with a second special, you're basically passing a turn until IG-12 stuns them with his second special. Or you're passing a turn so that IG-12 can basic, and in his basic he'll call an assist also, applying ability block. So you're basically just like, you have to mitigate those attacks. Now, another thing is, of course, you can stun the enemy with IG-12, and if they're stunned, attack with the basic there. All right, now that sounds pretty straightforward until you add in all the other stuff here. Number 1, below that, avoid counterattacks. I guess number 2, bam, critical hits are indeed paramount. You've got to be landing crits. You have to land the crits. I mean, seriously, you've got to be critically hitting as much as possible. Bam should always basic stunned enemies. And I see my wording is a little weird. Only basic, if you can, on enemies who are stunned.